comes. More anchor than anything. Whatever. Get over here. I'm not driving all over the place. Ooh. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, and Chevron should work.
Yeah.
I just dip. I'm the dipstick. How much a second? Wait, I gotta get my seatbelt on.
Later how much Wells Fargo will have to pay Occidental in damages after lawyers provide more details on the losses suffered by Occidental's so-called rabbi trust. The pandemic and the explosion of streaming services will likely improve.
Does your back hurt?
No.
Good, because my back is killing. I'm so tired nowadays.
According to the Wall Street Journal, tech stocks are leading losses on Wall Street today, with the company the Dow is lower by 244 points right now. The S&P is down by 47 points. The Nasdaq down by 225 points. I'm Scott Carr, Bloomberg Business for KCBN. T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on us to travel benefits to scam shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits. Our Max Family Plan. That's like paying for no free speed. Get this on the front round. That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 with value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
My base is over. It's over. I'm going to sleep all night, all day. Not drinking. So, I'm sorry, I'm thinking to myself, I'm tired. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, I'm calling you dipstick. Here goes the scissors. Let's take a squeeze. Take this grass.
FM traffic. Your next update, 7:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sunny skies today after the morning overcast. Partial clearing at the beaches. We'll have highs ranging from the 60s at the coast, 70s and 80s around the bay, upper 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on KCBS.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward into art class.
A 4-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty using elbow macaroni?
With glue and art supplies from Staples.
By tomorrow.
Right now, 24-count
Thank you for
Crayola
being
crayons
early,
and Polly
Joe.
Pocket folders are just 50 cents each. Plus, select lunch and backpack sets are only $14.99. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. In-store only folder and crayon offers and $8.27, limit 30. Backpacks and $8.20.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive contains B-complex vitamins and alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Learn more at nervivehealth.com.
News that matters to you. Around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All news, 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS. It's Friday, August 19th, 2022. Coming up on KCBS.
A look inside the multi-million-dollar ad campaign by environmentalists to push
Yeah,
the
you can park
Inflation
over there.
Reduction Act.
And a growing
Joe-
crisis at a nuclear
Kevin,
facility in
Kevin.
Ukraine. Good
Rich.
morning, I'm Melissa Colrock.
I'm Eric
Yeah.
Thomas.
KCBS News Time, 7:31.
Yeah.
CBS
Oh,
News
yes.
Brief. Both Ukraine and Russia are warning attacks on the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant could be imminent. During a stop in Odessa, UN Secretary General Guterres demanded the facility not be cut off from Ukraine's grid.
Where are we going? Here we are.
Just
Okay.
like the U.S., EU health officials have okayed monkeypox vaccines be split into 5 to get more shots out of a single dose. CBS's Tanya Rivero on infections here.
There are now more than 14,000 cases of monkeypox in the U.S., and while the government is vowing to ramp up vaccine supply, many people at highest risk
Stop
are still
slamming
having a hard
the
time
door.
finding
How many
appointments.
times do I have to tell
The
you?
affidavit that led to the search at Mar-a-Lago
Jeez.
with redactions. Former federal prosecutors.
Man, you have so much anger. I don't know why. I can't stand working with him. I can't
CBS News
stand
Brief.
him.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. KCBS News Time, 7:32.
Man, he's
A
so
trio
full
of
of anger.
environmental groups is firing
Very
a blast of
impatient.
advertising about the Inflation Reduction Act signed by President Biden on Wednesday. The $10 million campaign focuses on carbon reduction methods like solar and wind power and how a transition to them will bring energy bills down as well as leading to a climate-friendly environment while promoting the Inflation Reduction Act. For more on this, we're joined on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by KCBS political analyst Mark Sandalow. Morning, Mark. So how are Americans feeling? How are they polling about the Inflation Reduction Act?
Well, I mean, Eric, the difficulty of working and using climate change as a political issue is obvious even by the title of the act. I mean, this is an act that the primary things it did, it gave more money, $360 billion.
What's that hacking
incentives
noise
for clean
a few
energy
minutes
moving
ago?
away from carbon emissions.
That is
It's an
ridiculous.
environmental bill. It also works on reducing the cost
You don't have
of
to be
drugs,
doing all that.
prescription drugs, by negotiating with Medicare, negotiating with drug companies. Yes, that
Can't
should
wait
bring
to
down
dump
costs.
him off at work so I
Yes,
can
that
freaking
should
go
help
home.
people battle inflation. But this is not an economics bill as much as an environment and healthcare bill, and yet calling it anything that might sound like the new Green Deal or something like that was something Democrats weren't going to use. Instead, they called it the Inflation Reduction Act, figuring Americans care more about the economy than anything else. I mean, global warming is one of those unique issues that doesn't work for our political system. It's anything we do to try to prevent global warming, the effects of that won't be felt for many years from now, and it also requires sacrifice. Neither of those things are good for people campaigning for office now. But so this environmental groups you talk about, there's 3 groups that are teaming together to put out $10 million worth of ads now. They still frame it in terms of the economy, but what they do in a direct appeal to young people is say that President Biden and Democrats for the first time have invested hundreds of billions of dollars to save the environment for the future. And polling suggests that at least more and more voters are taking that issue seriously.
So is it safe to say this campaign is not geared at, say, older voters or people who already, are distrustful of climate change or really are holding on to what they know, which is fossil fuel consumption?
Well, and Melissa, actually, they're light enough that they all stress. They don't say things like, there was an ad that came out in Great Britain a few years ago with a father reading to his daughter about, apocalypse coming and, the future is up to you, and the kid is, shocked, and people thought it was a terrifying ad. These are nothing like that. These are build American jobs, American workers making solar panels and making electric cars. So these are very much geared towards framing it in an economic point of view. I normally wouldn't push books, but there's a book that came out a couple years ago called The Ministry for the Future by a guy by the name of Kim Stanley Robinson. He's a science fiction writer. But Ministry for the Future it imagines what will happen not over the next centuries, but over the next decades if nothing is done on global warming. And it basically, the opening chapter, 20 million people die in India. There's a section where Los Angeles gets wiped out. And as the years go on, people begin to take this issue more seriously. So what environmentalists and now Democrats, because it's been their issue, are trying to say is, look at the burning fires in California. Look at the devastating hurricanes going on in Florida and along the Mid-Atlantic. These are the direct results of global warming. We are witnessing this before our eyes, and we've got to do something. There's no question that even among Republican voters, the younger you are, the more these issues resonate, and I think that's why these groups and Democrats are pushing them hard now.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. That's KCBS political analyst Mark Sandoval.
KCBS News Time 7:36. Good news on eastbound 80 heading towards San Francisco. We'll get an update on that coming up in traffic in 2 minutes. Now to August 31st. Listen to all the magic of an Air France rendezvous. It's time to book your rendezvous with Paris with daily flights from San Francisco starting at $979 round trip, taxes included. And with our Flying Blue rewards, earn miles towards your dream trip each time you fly. Elegance is a journey. You may not know it, but the equity in your home can provide you with cash when you need it most. Whether you're looking to consolidate debt or cover a major renovation, a home equity line of credit or cash out refinance from Fremont Bank would be a great choice for you. With increased home values, now may be the right time to give us a call to find out how your home's equity can work for you. Visit fremontbank.com or call 866-992-INFO today. NMLS number 478471, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Shouldn't you breathe clean air all day, every day? Help protect
I'm taking this out because this is really becoming a pain. You know what? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I keep calling. I keep hearing.
Air purifiers were chosen by the Hong Kong Hospital Authority not only for SARS-CoV-1 but also SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. Using patented industry-leading hyper-HEPA filtration, the HealthPro Plus captures particles down to 0